Ladies and gentlemen, another edition of People That I Want to Talk to, because they don't interview these people on talk shows, so I'm going to do it on my blog. Give it up for the founder and the creator of fark.com, my single most favorite news source, Drew Curtis. Sorry, it's just me. You don't get any more applause than that.
No problem. Thank you.
Now, where are you, Drew? You are...
Actually, Central Kentucky, if you can believe that.
Perfect. Central Kentucky. And from Central Kentucky, millions and millions of people get their news each and every day with a little fark twist to it.
Yeah, it's kind of a bizarre thing, but that's the beauty of the internet. You don't really have to be anywhere.
Well, explain to people that have never been to fark.com, the people that I don't associate with, exactly what your website is and how it's a different aggregator than, say, the Drudge Report or any of the millions of others that are out there.
Yeah, sure. Basically, what we do is we're reading all the news, and we're putting up the stuff that's funny. And sometimes that means the article itself is funny, and sometimes that means the tagline is funny, and the article is actually really boring.
Yeah. And more often than not, I've gotten annoyed because I read a really funny headline, and then I get to the article, and it's like basic news.
Yeah, exactly. So what's funny is that we actually do put the regular news up there. Like, for example, yesterday we were talking about the Olympics going through San Francisco.
Sure.
We called it Capture the Torch because of all the protesters out there trying to put the thing out.
Yeah, there's another headline up there right now. American Airlines is only going to cancel 900 flights today.
Exactly. So there's a great example of actual news, but we're still making fun of it.
Now, the best thing about your site, too, is that it's really reader submissions that keep it going.
Correct. One of the things that makes it different, though, is that unlike places where you can vote on articles, we don't allow that. We just pick the funny ones.
Yeah. You also have category. Now, we live in Florida. I'm here in Jacksonville, and Florida has its own category. But you kind of have a different category for each headline, whether it's scary, strange, obvious, or Florida.
Yeah, the best thing about those is that some of those tags are interchangeable, especially when you're talking about politics. For example, we've discovered that you can use the dumbass or the hero tag and interchange them pretty much freely depending on what politician you're talking about.
Now, is Florida the only state with its tag? It is, right?
It is. We get people trying to get their own states in there with another tag. Honestly, if we were going to do another one, the second one would be Ohio.
Why Ohio? Just because there's so many stupid people there, too?
Yeah, basically, I don't know what it is about it. It's Florida, then Ohio, and then strangely after that, it's Texas. You would think that California would be in there somewhere, but see, with California, the weirdness is pretty much what you'd expect. I mean, it's hippies in Berkeley doing weird stuff.
Right.
It's strange, but it's kind of par for the course. Whereas Ohio has no excuse.
Yeah. There's a great Florida tagline today. Florida lawmakers passed the Take Your Guns to Work law, otherwise known as the FARC Headline Generator Act of 2008.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that works out. We've got that here, too, in Kentucky, but you can put a sign on the door to keep people from bringing their guns in.
Florida removes bald eagle from endangered species list and moves it to taste like chicken list. This is the kind of, and it is, real news. They all link to actual news stories from a lot of TV stations and newspapers, right?
Yep, that's correct. And a lot of those submissions are actually coming from the TV stations and newspapers themselves.
Fark.com. Now, explain to everybody what a farker is, basically.
Sure, yeah. Basically somebody that reads the sites and participates. We have a pretty large online community behind it where basically people just go to discuss the news. And for the most part, it's not an attempt to debate whether or not anything's a good idea. It's more to the point trying to get the best one-liner riff gag in on any kind of an article.
And how many people visit your site every day?
Every day it's about 1 million and change, depending on how it goes. The overall audience is about 4 million on a month.
And how many article submissions do you get every day?
About 2,500.
2,500, but you don't put nearly that many up.
No, and in fact, that's 2,500 with no duplicates. We actually reject duplicate submissions, so it's quite a lot.
So there will be like one story, for example, maybe with the airline cancellation or Obama and his preacher, and you get what, like 25, 30 different headlines? You have to pick the funniest one.
Yeah, pretty much. Although usually what we'll do, like say a news flash event occurs, something, breaking news will actually hit. We'll sit back and wait about 5 or 10 minutes for somebody to submit a really funny tagline. We're not about being first or breaking news. We're all about getting a good laugh out of it.
I read an article. It was an interview I think you did back in 1998. How long has FARC been up now?
It's been up. It'll be 10 years in February.
Okay, yeah. So it must have been 98 or 99. And you said something about how FARC didn't generate any income for you. I'm guessing that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, it's doing better, but I tell you, it's interesting. There's a bunch of basically falsehoods and lies coming out of Silicon Valley right now about how much companies make. Nobody's really making money on advertising. It's one of the big lies of the industry.
But you have a lot of it looks like big media friends, and you do run ads on your site, and you have like classifieds, which follow the same headline philosophy, right? The funnier, the better.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, the classified ads is our low-cost advertising. Basically, it's pretty cheap, and you get a lot of page views for it, but you also have to put up with people making comments on your ad, and that usually doesn't go so well.
I speak from personal experience. A few weeks back or a few months back, I ran an ad for one of my websites, and it cost me $100, and in 1 week, because it runs for, 7 days, right?
Yep, that's right.
In 1 week, I got 1,600 hits.
Yeah,
which
it generates good traffic, but then you got to read the comments, and basically people hate everything. So,
they sure do. Now, explain also what a FARC party is, because your readers, they don't just hang out on the internet; they actually go to bars together.
Yeah, it was something I started because I used to travel around a lot, and I'm a big time extrovert. I like meeting people, and so when I would travel, I would basically just say, "Hey, I'm going to be in this bar. Who wants to come have a beer?" And what's happened since is it's kind of taken on a life of its own, and now most major cities have got a little a core of FARC folks that will set up fairly regular, like every 2 or 3 month get-togethers just in bars, and it's a great place to hang out because everybody's generally really smart and has not necessarily the same opinions, but they at least the one opinion they all share is that everybody else is stupid.
And the more you drink, the stupider they get.
Exactly.
Does FARC mean what everyone thinks it means? Just FYI.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Fark.com. If you're a news junkie, don't go there. If you like a good laugh, definitely check it out each and every day. Drew Curtis, thanks so much. You got any other projects you're working on?
No, not really. Just the same old stuff. Trying out all kinds of new stuff. We'll be rolling out stuff about once a month for the next, forever. So there you go.
And then drinking with the fans.
Exactly.
Drew Curtis, people that I really want to talk to. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Check it out at Fark.com.